Show. Yeah, that's right. Welcome in. Welcome back, folks, to a Notre Dame Sinks Navy edition of the Always Irish Show. As always, thanks for being here. You can find a program on YouTube. Do it. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Appreciate it very much. Give the video a thumbs up. That helps John out as well. Notifications on that way you don't miss nothing. Twitter, search bar Always Irish, rat, Always Irish Inc. Emails alwaysirishnd@gmail.com. Audio only anywhere you want it. You can get it. The call-in lines, 312-900-8815. Dial it up. Tell Uncle Johnny all you've heard and seen. Notre Dame Fighting Irish, brought to you by Sports Illustrated. Read all about it. Patreon.com/alwaysirish. He the former captain. He the leading tackler. Mike Goolsby and myself breaking it all down. All right. Good win by Notre Dame. I don't know what you want me to say. Good win by Notre Dame. This is how you beat Navy. And for all the buildup and all of they're undefeated and this and that and upset alert all Friday, upset alert. There's people picking Navy on TV, whatever. Now what are they going to say? Oh, I know. They all picked Navy. Notre Dame's on upset alert. Navy's such a good team. Now that Notre Dame crushed them. Now the narrative's going to be not Notre Dame must be pretty good. The narrative's going to be, well, Navy's no good. They were overranked, blah, 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 blah. That's just the way it goes. That's the way it goes. Notre Dame beats Navy, no matter how good they are, and it becomes just Navy. And if, God forbid, Notre Dame lost to Navy, then you're ridiculed forever. It's just the way it goes. I do have to ask, though. They were talking on this broadcast about Navy's quarterback getting Heisman hype entering this game. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but looking at who they've played, how could the Navy quarterback be in Heisman hype when they haven't played anybody ranked from the real world yet? Heisman means you're the best player against all the other best players, and you're the best player. So is that just fluff to do it? I don't like it. So I don't understand how they said that guy was getting a Heisman hype when they didn't play anybody yet. That just seems like outrageous to me. Anyways, really, really good job by Notre Dame. Let's go through a couple things. Number one is the start. That is how you want to start if you're going to beat Navy. So, I mean, it was just a picturesque start. You get the ball, you go down and score. Third down conversion to Greathouse on that kind of deep passing pattern. Great job. Keep that drive alive. And then they turn it over and you go score again, get up 14-0. That's a good start. It's a good start. So that is how you beat a Navy team. That is how you get them out of their comfort zone. That is how you change what they want to do. Almost a perfect start. So what did they have? 6 turnovers overall, 3 fumbles in the first half. And it's like, here's what was bugging me about these announcers. They're going, oh, Navy and Army are the two teams that lead the nation in least turnovers or whatever, and we have no idea why they're fumbling the ball and all this stuff today. What? This isn't like them, whatever. Did it ever occur to any of these people that for the first 6 weeks, Navy's been running it up on a bunch of nobodies, and this is the first week they actually have real athletes that are big and fast coming everywhere at them, and maybe that's in their head when they're doing stuff? I just think it's weird that's never brought up as a part of the reason they struggled. They're not used to Notre Dame's speed and athletes coming at them faster. For 6 weeks, they've been like not dealing with that. So even if it's just and a guy catching a punt going, oh crap, here's a fast Notre Dame guy coming at me, and then you fumble. Or a pitch man's looking at where the lane he wants to run, and it usually isn't there because the Notre Dame fast guy's in. And so I just think Notre Dame deserves some credit for them being off their game today. At the same time, 6 turnovers. Woof. I mean, they made so many mistakes and they're so sloppy, I'm starting to worry about national security. So, really good start. Listen, Freeman's longest winning streak at Notre Dame, okay? His best record at Notre Dame. He ties my man Frank for the most, I think, ranked wins in the first 3 years. You tie Frank. Like, there's a lot of positives here, man. You blew these guys out, but really think about that. That record that he ties Frank for most ranked wins in 3 years. His best start at Notre Dame record-wise getting to this part of the year with only one loss is the fewest. 6-game winning streak, and now you're into the bye. It's as good as Notre Dame could do after what happened week 2. It's absolutely, this is as good as Notre Dame could do considering what happened to them week 2. Not what happened to them, what they allowed to happen to them. This is as good of a comeback as you could possibly have. And I appreciated them bringing up that Freeman makes those guys watch Northern Illinois and never lets them forget about it or whatever. Good. You need to feel that pain and you need to feel that embarrassment and whatever. So do what you need to do to make sure that doesn't happen again. I'm all for it. Now, here's the thing. Are you buying back into Notre Dame? Like, since week 2 and Notre Dame's winning and the offense is coming along a little bit, passing game's never going to be what we want. Coming along a little bit. That offensive line's coming along a little bit. Billy Boy was back in the lineup. That helps. Are you buying back in? I'm not ready to fully buy back in. The injuries are one part. I don't think our offense is a championship-winning offense is another thing. But they're doing as good of a job as you could do considering the nightmare they let happen to them to come out of it on the back end. Now you go into the bye. And you're just in a really good spot. You're sitting at this bye. You have the carcass of Florida State coming. You got Virginia. Tricky Army. But I genuinely think the Army game gets easier if you just play Navy because there's so much overlap. It's not exact. But there's so much overlap between those styles of play. I think that this should help Notre Dame have confidence to prepare to go in and play Army. And so, really, really good job. And it's like, I saw some people being like, settle down, John. Navy just played a really bad game, and it's just a bad week for them. Not good. Because I'm sick of Notre Dame playing teams, and they have the best week of their whole year because it's Notre Dame, and they pull a horseshoe out of their backside and have a great game against Notre Dame, whatever. I'm glad somebody had a crappy game against us. I wish more people would. So, you're in a good spot. You're in a good spot. And so now you get to watch, whatever happens. I'm recording this right after the game, after the call-in show Saturday. Whatever's going to happen with the night and the afternoon games on Saturday. And then next week, you're sitting there eating Charlie Weiss's cheeseburgers again. And you're letting everybody else beat each other up. It's a good spot to be in. You get a little healthier. And then you got a big one against Florida State. A bad Florida State team. A down-and-out Florida State team. I think they play Miami sometime tonight. They'll probably get crushed by them. So they're going to be in a bad way, in a bad spot. They have been all year. And so, listen, if you want to complain about some of the runs they gave up, the run fits with the quarterback, couple times got loose, huge gas runs, whatever. I did that short yelling about, I don't want to see any of these fake-a-rooney pass plays and we have nobody back there and they throw it over. Well, that happened once. I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm just not going to worry about it. You got what you needed out of Notre Dame this week. You did a really good job. You got ahead early. You were causing turnovers. You were falling on all their fumbles. Like, it's exactly what you want to do. It's exactly what you want to do. And so, I don't know. I mean, look at these stats. Navy passes the ball now. Okay, 88 yards. And an interception, you could live with that. If that's Navy's passing game, you could live with that. And then here's the other thing. 222 yards rushing. If it was like some other team, you might hate that as a Notre Dame fan. Be like, you gave up 200 yards, 22 yards rushing. That's terrible. But the way this game is played and the way Navy plays offense, it doesn't feel that bad to me. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it. So look at Notre Dame, 265 yards rushing, 40 carries. Man, Riley Leonard, good with his legs. Good with his legs. 83 yards he ended up with. Some of those were key too, like third downs, and he just finds the right spot to be to leak out and get it. Just a really relaxing, calming game in Notre Dame land. And one that I very much appreciate to the max. Like I do. I just appreciate it that I didn't have to sit there and stress out my entire life, the whole game, sweating it out. And if Navy has the ball in the last possession, I'm worried they're going to. It was just really good to not have to have a stroke this week. Okay? It was really good to just not have to have a stroke this week. It was really nice. And so, listen, if you want to buy back in now, Notre Dame's on this winning streak, winnable games on the way out. You're eyeballing a home playoff game. I don't know if it's going to get that good or not, whatever. But in my mind, you had to get to this next bye with just the one loss. And then I'd start to honestly say, I'm starting to see the light at the end of the 11-1 tunnel here. I'm starting to see the light at that 11-1 tunnel. And it looks so unlikely to get here after the way we were playing in that game we lost week 2. This team has fought. They have gotten better. They have overcome injuries. They have not checked out. Like they didn't do any of that. And so you got to give them credit. You got to give them blame for letting it happen. But you also have to give them credit for how they're recovering from it. So, good day for Notre Dame, and let's celebrate. It's Halloween weekend, or I'm going out for Halloween later. Let's see. Let me show you an option. Maybe I'll wear this out for Halloween. Hang with me 1 second. Oh, yeah. Let's go Irish. What do you think about that for Halloween? With your boy, Uncle Johnny. Go celebrate the Notre Dame victory, folks. Have a good one.